people stitched it and tried to make it about what's going on in Israel and Gaza right now.
Okay, we're live. Stop. Jesus Christ, you people! I have told them on so many occasions to.
Listen,
Jesus.
But like, you know,
I can't hear Philip talking. Pierce, Animorphs gets really good. Like once they're on the roll, like once their identities get outed, and like they have to go recruit like the blind children and all these.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Talk about Animorphs all you want.
Have y'all ever met a human being that looks like somebody that's halfway between? Because
Are you talking about Sheldon the turtle?
You mean a human being that looks like they're on their way to becoming an animal?
Yes, or vice versa.
I mean, anyone who's above the year of 85 basically does.
My dog Jordy looks like a dog that's maybe like the
Well, there are dogs that have human eyes.
Hi,
100%.
everyone.
There are dogs that have the eyes of humans.
You know, and they say that dogs begin to look more and more like their owners, which is why me and Zane and Jordy are triplets.
Wow. Welcome to Formation Nation.
Philip, your name is Launch Lost Lore.
Wow. All right. That is the end of the show.
I believe.
Okay, we're back. I went to the thanks for watching. I'll change it to Long Lost Lore.
Okay.
It was established long ago that if I correct you on something, I forget. Brownies? I don't know.
Brownie
Was this
points,
on stream
more
or
like it.
before?
Well, I want
Wait, KJ,
Yep.
was this on stream or was this like way before?
on stream.
Okay, then.
Rena Rude, because you knew that my name was Long Lost Lore, tonight you get.
Well, I'm sure Sophia can comb the wiki and find out what reward KJ is supposed to get if she ever corrects Philip.
Because of that,
I saw that before we went live, but I wanted to make sure that I got the reward, whatever it fucking was.
Wow. Well then, guess what? I'm gonna reward you in a backhanded, Lost Lore sort of way.
Oh, word.
Okay? Ooh! I'm actually gonna make a meal out of this. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that October is over, it's time
for
the
Hovember.
Lost Caverns. Doesn't it sort of look like Lost Taverns?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Kinda, yeah.
It is, however, Lost Caverns. Look at the beautiful artwork. This is a more traditional...
Maybe there's a tavern inside. Maybe there's a
There could be a tavern
inside
die.
Here
Here is the cool artwork on the inside. I'm going to open box one right here. Let's see what dies in here. Oh, a D4. Well, okay, maybe that's not enough of a thing. Well, we're starting off with a more sort of classic fantasy vibe. It is two dwarven hammers crossed over.
Oh, I like that.
For a second, I thought you said flaccid fantasy vibe. And I was like, that's not for me to judge.
Flaccid fantasy.
Welcome to Flaccid Fantasies.
Oh, no.
For the
Please
discerning.
stop.
Okay.
Please stop.
Now I won't. For the discerning.
Do you want me to talk more about Israel and Gaza? Because I could say a lot about it.
I
if
mean,
you want.
you can.
Wait, how do you
I just
tell when it's on the 4?
we really went over this last night too. So it has it has this on 3 of the sides, and then the bottom it has these. So if all of them are pointing up, it's 4. Otherwise, it's whichever one of these is up.
Oh, okay.
So the first roll of the die, for example, is a 1. Because it landed like that. But I'm not going to use a D4 on you. That would be too rude. So in answer to your correcting Launch Lost Lore, what I'm doing here is I'm being passive aggressive and saying that that was a lucky thing you saw. So all this is going to do is increase your luck. I just rolled a D20. Please increase the luck of Rena Rude by 11 points.
Okay.
Ooh.
Congratulations
Thank
for
you.
spotting that. That is what you get because you got lucky seeing that. I'm trying to take away any kind of like intention or cleverness on your part.
Okay, I know the truth.
Truth is out there.
Before we went live, I was talking a lot about about like MTV Unplugged, which I tried to do on Monday and no one cared. And I feel like people were more receptive to it here. But then we started talking about who Uptown Girl was written about, and we started
Layla.
And Layla was and then Layla was the big one because of the stuff. And I think Lauren,
One of many things that got me on my knees.
That's good because it's a lyric from the song. For those of you who didn't know, Lauren was unfamiliar with the song Layla, and I decided I was on the precipice of kenning you. I was on the precipice of grabbing my guitar and playing Layla.
Oh, playing it at me.
Playing it, just kenning that shit right at you. Just so much eye contact, so much singing from the heart. Also, I could play songs by heart. I really like Heart. Okay.
Heart's great.
There's that banana there. Haven't gotten rid of it yet. Welcome, everyone, to Formation Nation. This is the game where on the first Wednesday of the month, we give Lauren a hard time for this game being all about her, even though it is not all about her. I mean, it is. She plays a lot of characters in it, but we also have our wonderful supporting cast of the F.I.A.T agents who, if you saw today's Instagram post, we actually have artwork for. Ooh, how cool. Jeremy drew the artwork. The artwork that I put on Instagram was just because I wanted to get some out. That is not final artwork for those because I just kind of colored those myself and I was like, Jeremy, help. And so we'll improve those over time, don't you worry. And we'll debut all the other artwork for all the other characters as time goes on, because we have a bunch of full body things of other characters we haven't seen. But we do have those F.I.A.T agents, so Michael, Billy, and Rena are now immortalized. Go to our Instagram at Long Lost Lore RPG to see. Did you see those, Lauren, by the way?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're fun. Was that what you were picturing these characters as?
Kind of.
Who weren't you picturing the way they are? Did you think Michael was older since he's an old man, even though he looks young?
I don't know, because I just see them as the people.
You're like, nope, I literally picture them as their own faces. Fair enough.
I pretty much do.
Well.
I definitely picture V as looking just like Lauren, so.
Is that correct, Lauren? Does V look like you?
Yes.
Or would you cast her as a different actress?
All of my characters I would cast as me.
It's fair. Does anyone, I'm going to throw that out to the group in a way, and if you don't have one, that's fine. Now, this is a curiosity. Do any of you, for any of these, I feel like KJ, you may have said one. Does anyone have an actor who they would play one of their player characters, like in mind? Is there like a person you'd say, yes, Dan?
Yeah, for this one, Michael Sheen.
Okay. Well, Dan, I'm really mad at you. I don't know. Anybody have Pierce?
I have
Like James Marsden.
For who?
For Billy.
Oh, for Billy Jones. Oh, James Marsden. Oh, okay, interesting.
I mean, you'd have to bleach his hair blonde, though.
Fair enough.
James Marsden with bleach blonde hair.
I didn't. If I had known that, I would have. If in my brain had I been saying I want this person to look like James Marsden, the only thing I would have written on the guidance for the art would be cheekbones. Cheekbones.
I think I would cast Rawlings as like a really skinny Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, okay. Nicholas Hoult is Rawlings. Yeah, I know, and I think I'm more. It's like which mode of Nicholas Hoult? Yeah. I get it. Okay, Nicholas Hoult. That's. I think I totally see him as Rawlings. KJ, yeah. I thought you had once said that Lumen would be Anya Taylor.
Oh yes. That is yes.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
And
Lauren is just her for all of them. I love that.
I think Josh Brolin would probably be my Beowulf.
Josh Brolin Beowulf, sure. Yeah.
I think so.
Sure.
Not sure who would be Findon, actually.
Yeah, Findon's a trickier one. Anyway, there we go.
I think
we're gonna just do this for like another hour and then call it a night.
No, we'll get on and play here. I kind of wanted to throw this
I think Mikey Santangelo
would
be a really clean showered John Rice Davies as Gimli.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
But like sexy.
That's
so when he was like way younger.
Yeah.
Younger John Rice Davies. Okay.
like sexy.
Welsh. So
But basically Gimli. Basically give it sexy Gimli.
So in other words, you have thrown 2 Welshmen into your casting so far. You've given
what can I
Michael.
say?
You've
Who do you want Reese Ifans to play?
Yeah, who do you want? Reese Ifans. Who do you want?
Okay, is Nicholas Holt Welsh?
No, Michael Sheen is famously Welsh.
Sheen, yeah.
And,
Oh, really?
And so now you just need to complete the thing. We need Matthew Reese. Hey guys, guess what? Reese is a very common name in Wales, by the way. It's like the most common one. We need Matthew Reese. We need Sir Anthony Hopkins for one of your characters. Maybe that's the judge. We need Richard.
No, the judge would be I don't fucking know.
If he's not Welsh.
I'm Jim Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent would also be a good judge. You know what? There's no shortage of great old characters.
Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane, sure. There's no shortage of great actors to play that.
No, wait.
Oh, it has been found.
I do get a brownie. I do get an actual brownie.
A brownie? What?
In episode 18.
In episode 18, the deal is if you point out Philip's mistake, you get a free brownie. Okay, well, take 11 luck points off then.
Okay.
Nah, it's fine. Keep them, I don't care.
Okay.
Next time we go to Chili's, I'll get you that cake. How about that?
Yeah.
That is a nothing promise. She's ordering that cake no matter what.
But it'll taste sweeter because I earned it by correcting you.
That's true. God, last last time we went to Chili's, you guys. I apologies if I said like, KJ wants that cake so bad that when we sit down, when she orders her entree, she goes, and the molten chocolate cake. And I've always been like, this is like, the person's, and every time the waiter's like, you want that with your food? She's like, no, after. And I'm like, but she really wants this. And this last time, after we ate, she was just sitting there going, where's my cake? Now, obviously, we're in a hurry for other reasons. Like, where's my cake? Where's my cake? Where's this cake? And then he comes over and says, so you guys wanted a dessert? And I thought her head was about to fly off her body. I thought there was about to be like, but we were gonna achieve orbit. She's gonna be so mad. Wait, Dan.
I think Dan's just.
Are you joking? Are you joking around? Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think I'm joking around about?
Apocalypse Now.
Do you mean Martin Sheen?
What? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Has this whole time, has it been that Michael Sheen was playing... Actually, no, I'm going to walk it back. A better joke is to say, who would play Michael Sheen? Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. That's what I thought I said.
Understood. No, you just said Michael Sheen, so we're just thinking of like Frost Nixon.
Right, you're right. So I fucked up there, yes.
Michael Sheen. I was thinking the guy from Good Omens. That's Michael Sheen.
Yeah, that's
right?
Michael Sheen.
Yeah, okay.
What character would David Tennant play?
My husband.
Okay. So, Freddie Fox.
No, David Tennant, just as is. No character, just mine.
Baron Shadow, right? Like.
Baron Darkness.
Baron Darkness, you mean?
Baron Darkness. Thank you.
Oh no, but he's already
the Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jason Momoa is himself. In a pre-stream game, Lumen went on a date with Jason Momoa. He had a throwing knife. Okay, so Lauren, how you doing? Do you wish we'd stop this game?
Huh?
Are you enjoying this game? Do you wish we'd stop? Somebody said Anna Kendrick as V if you were unavailable to play. James from Texas.
No, I saw that. I approved that.
I saw Anna Kendrick once at the Grove. So short. And that's saying something for me.
She's tiny.
I feel like she might not crack 5 feet. She probably does, but if you said
she's
she
like
didn't,
5'2" at the height.
I also don't think that.
5'2".
I don't think the internet is right about that, you guys. I've stopped trusting the internet about people's heights. Because there's no way Shakira is how tall it says she is online. Okay, enough of this talk. Let's get to this talk. We're going to play our wonderful game, Formation Nation. In our most recent episode Actually, Billy Jones, you were not present for this, so this will be a nice recap for you as well. In our last episode, as sort of the group were debating what to do with these 13, these sort of 13 kind of special formations of the B group, who are 10,001 through 10,013, who are so obsessed with this doll Maisie and getting stuff right about it. They don't seem to be causing any trouble, but they are in the workshop a lot. As V was debating this with the F.I.A.T members, suddenly there was an incursion from the Fairylands, and Michael Sheen got to say, even though I think during that game that you were here for, Pierce, but Dan was not, I, as Michael Sheen, said the words I knew that Martin Sheen would always say, which were, I told you so, basically. Because, sure enough, Michael Martin Sheen was trying to get interdimensional blockers. No one listened. Something came through. So basically, the group had to run and stop a massive rampaging garden walrus from causing trouble on the island. They were able to do it. Rena did, however, get a smile glider, which is a small, weird, fey creature that really wanted to eat her camera. She fell instantly in love with this thing. The group were able to knock out the garden walrus, and Galliard, the Fae, sort of showed up and said, "Oh, well done, thank you so much." Galliard, Lutsong, and Chilling Ale were there, and it kind of became clear that Galliard had opened a full open crossing from the Feywild because he wanted to have a party, but this garden walrus, to whom he owed money, came through, so it was kind of all Galliard's fault. At this point, Zeb showed up with interdimensional blockers, which you guys put up. You pushed the garden walrus back through. The unconscious garden walrus got pushed back through to the Fairylands. Various other fairies and sprites and pixies and butterfly-eared hounds followed suit. Galliard, however, didn't want to leave. V managed to convince the flower-crowned followers of Galliard that they should stop following him for a time. They did. Even so, Galliard, Lutsong, and Chilling Ale slipped away in the tumult. They are still on the island, though this ferry crossing now no longer functions thanks to the interdimensional blockers. One kept the smile glider that Rena found. This is the formation, 1A, basically. Kept the smile glider. And she and Rena decided that they were going to co-parent the smile glider, whom they named Peanut.
What does a smile glider look like?
A sugar glider, but more butterfly-like. Is that basically the?
Sure. Okay.
Just or like a slender. It's but the head of a slender loris. A very just kind of butterfly wings, but could glider. It's butterfly gliding flap thing. It's some real fey bait. I will also mention that Peanut really wants a shiny house. Peanut can talk. Peanut will just say shiny. Mm-hmm. He just wants to eat shiny things. Also wants a shiny house. Rena seemed pretty excited about this. In the meantime, V feels like this is kind of V is beginning to get run down by all these troubles. When they decided to go check on the 13, Michael pulled aside Rena and said, "You can't let the capes change you." And Rena basically took the advice of this veteran agent and said, "Okay, never mind, I can't co-parent this thing with you." And one was like, "Okay." Michael, actually, that was not the end of Michael's kind of whatever stuff, because Michael was expressing further frustration with everything going on. Oh, I guess I should also mention, Rena said, "I'm sad to leave one as a single mother." Michael replied, "It was bound to happen to one of the formations at some point." Okay. Michael said more and more stuff like this. Eventually, V said, "Stop judging me for everything they do." He replied, "I'm not judging you based on them. I'm judging them based on you." And that was deemed hurtful as well. So V, whatever, she tried to knock. They couldn't hear her at the workshop. She went in beautiful 13-part harmony. They discovered the formations singing a song, which is kind of familiar to viewers of other shows on this channel. Each night I dream and dread and hope you'll break me apart. There's nothing I could ever do to atone, but you could squeeze another drop of love right out of my heart, just as sure as you could squeeze the blood from a stone. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, as they sang that, that is where we
sounds
left.
kind of familiar.
It's pretty familiar. And who doesn't love 13-part harmony? So, with all that in mind, I present to you now 2 options. Now, I'm going to be honest when I present these options. And yet, if you guys want to be chaos people, you could just do the other one. That's fine. I'm presenting 2 options to you for where we could go. Sometimes I really weight these where I'm like, I'm going to make one that I think everyone will want, and then one that I just don't think people will care about. But you guys might surprise me. Prologue option 1. A decrepit mansion in Witch Haven, Massachusetts. Prologue option 2. The theater on Null Island.
On where?
Null Island, where you are. It's 1 is Guild of Secrets, 2 is Les Mis. I'll just lay it out for you. Okay, so Pierce has been overridden, and Pierce voting for 1 there, honestly, that just feels like you're trolling. So, at a house in Witch Haven, Massachusetts, trance, there gathered with Riverman, with Wanderlust, with Honeyluck, with some of the other members of the Guild of Secrets, closes an old file titled The Doom That Came to Burbank. There's a quiet moment as the members of the Guild of Secrets, and, like, to see what they're talking about, like, you know, read, there's a little editorial box, read Guild of Secrets, The Doom That Came to Burbank, Halloween one-shot. So, I'll try not to do actual spoilers in this, but basically, basically kind of close that, and the Guild of Secrets look around and say, Trance will say, that was not what I was expecting at all from this story. I feel like I'm left with more questions than answers, and yet certain things have been answered. The others sort of look around, and eventually, I suppose, Honeyluck will say, well, yeah, I mean, I suppose so. That seems pretty creepy, and I hate to hear what happened to old Agent Cold, especially knowing everything that happened after that. Wonder if this was the start of the real trouble for them back then. Very, very likely that could be the case, yes. Only thing is, it sort of makes me wonder. I don't know why. Rest of y'all been dreaming about that doll a little bit here and there? Other members of the Guild of Secrets look up and say, various variations of, to one extent or another, yes. Seems like she's in the ether or something. Now look, my arms may be the desert, but that doesn't mean I can't get quite the chill. It gets very cold in the desert at night. I wonder if it's time we maybe told some of those superheroes everything we know about Maisie. Trance pauses for a moment. If things get worse, I might encourage us dipping into the archives. Many of these archives are things none of us have looked at in a long time, and you know how certain spells can occlude the mind, keep the focus away. I think that's what's been going on for decades. However, if not the entire Flight Infinity, perhaps we could reach out to Captain Eldritch. Though it pains me to imagine a Captain Eldritch on a superhero team again. I thought we were over that after the end of Thaddeus Bacon. Perhaps Whisper could know certain key bits of information we have about Maisie and where she was and what she may represent. Wanderlust says, yeah, and what about Very Bad Yon? And Trance will say, Very Bad Joan, on the other hand. That may be a secret that this guild will continue to keep. And away from that, we rejoin our heroes. You're back at the command center. Everyone gets 1 power back if you've spent any. Some time has passed.
Do we get hero points?
What?
Do we get hero points back?
What are hero points? Oh, I'm so sorry. Your sheet calls them hero points, not power.
Oh, okay.
Yes, get 1 hero point back. Don't know why. Must have been like, and here I'll call them this, and then the rest of your sheets I just made and didn't make that change.
It's
Whoops.
like last night when you were like, you want to do an investigation. I was like, yeah, that's probably there.
Oh Lord, nothing's on anything. All right. So you have witnessed that song. I'm going to give you a moment if anybody has a thing they'd like to do from there. Otherwise, Zeb does have more intel to deliver to you. So if anybody, basically this is kind of like the nebulous thing of if you as players want to jump on anything, I will allow that. Otherwise, there is.
Let's hear from Zeb.
Okay. Zeb says, well, great work, everybody. Steel Trap's still in that astral thing, so I don't know what's going on there. To find out what's going on with Steel Trap, read the very hard to find issue of Steel Trap Mind Game, Mental Prisons. That it doesn't, there's no way to watch that, but that's what she's doing. She's in a tie-in issue with, she and Mind Game are doing a mind thing. Zeb says, well, good news is the interdimensional blockers seem to be holding. So, Michael, good call on that, and sorry that it took so long. And as far as we can tell, V, you're not experiencing any drop in Fae-based magical potency or anything, are you? It's not like that was your main source. So, V, I'd like you to make a vibe check, or detect vibe, rather.
Okay. The 44.
44? Yeah.
So
you
regular success.
You could, even without testing your actual magic, you're just like, yep, I still got it. Seems fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, great. Well, so I guess the big thing to think about here is, we've now cataloged everyone. It looks like we finally have all of the formations. We know which formations Steel Trap has suggested are going to be the most problematic for sort of a mental incursion. But V, it does seem like kind of we've already, we'll say that in part of the time. Actually, give yourselves 1 more power back. We'll say there was a slightly longer break. But it does seem that V, you have gone ahead and given them that baseline defense you were talking about. So yeah. The whole network should be a little more defended than it had been. So as I'm saying, okay, so that's great. So I guess a question now is establishing sort of longer term plans here for the island.
Well, have we heard if this power surge, have they made any advancements to see if they can revert the power surge?
Well, reverting this power surge would be probably difficult since it might involve the, erasure of 12,000 sentient life forms. But I guess we can look into sort of power surges, generally speaking. Oh, it does seem that Topflight West has been involved in, things have gotten kind of intense in Scotland, but I don't have a full report on how that turns out yet, because we haven't played it yet. But it seems like they're handling things.
Can you keep me posted?
Yes.
On that?
It seems like things should be pretty normal. Let's see here. After Findon power surged into someone called Beowulf, and now this is the first you're hearing of any of this, by the way, V. Let's see, Findon power surged into someone named Beowulf. Now armament has been transposed to another realm of reality that he can't be rescued from, and now he's been replaced with someone named Archetype. So
what?
It sounds okay. So it does sound like they are dealing with some stuff, but
well, do they need? Never mind.
I mean, if you want to go help them, I mean, technically you were still on the team, but it seemed like you're no longer listed even as a reservist for Topflight. It seemed like you gave a pretty definitive answer that you weren't doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
about my friends is all, and I'm just stuck here with myself and you guys. I
Understood.
appreciate your diligent work.
Well, to that point, I actually have gone ahead and this is not really a request. It's just we did get orders that Michael, Rena, Billy, and myself, as well as a sort of contingent, are to remain here actually for the foreseeable future. Though there is a lot going on, this is deemed. Congratulations if you consider it this. Despite Meridian literally kind of glowing like the sun for a while there, Flight Infinity is technically categorized. Your power surge is to be the most spectacular, and apparently, Star Shadow nearly created a black hole in Florida. So, impressive.
Great. Thank you.
The point is, I guess we're just sort of, are you, so V, do you, is your goal here are we just trying to get on top of this? Do you have longer term?
We need to get all of me under control. We need to.
Okay.
We need therapists. Honestly, can we have them? Can we get some for myself? Probably me as well, just me. But
understood.
But in
So
general,
we need mental health treatment here. Understood.
Yeah. Just in general, we also need to set up some sort of law here, and I don't want to be like a dictator, but it's getting out of control, and especially since my power surge has been deemed the worst.
No, not the worst, the most spectacular.
That's just a nice way of putting a difficult situation. I know the language.
One therapist.
Oh no, a lot.
No, but if one therapist is seeing 7 different V's, is that somehow a conflict of interest? I just don't. They're all.
Well, I mean, this might be wishful thinking, but hopefully not all of me will need to.
I mean, I think that everyone should have some mandatory sessions to start off with, just because it is. I can't speak to the psychological toll of being surrounded by, several thousand nearly identical versions of yourself. So.
Well, I've already put in the request for an uncertain amount of therapists. I'm just beginning to question.
Oh, don't we? I'm sorry. Do we have like a? I mean, it would be like a stopgap measure, but wouldn't F.I.A.T have sort of like grief counselors for sort of that we could at least kind of get some sort of division here that might be able to do some stopgap stuff while we get.
There are some licensed counselors, therapists here already in your retinue for sure.
And we also need some sort of structure here. Right now, it's just some sort of like crazy V summer camp, and I'm off just doing everything that every single version of myself could ever imagine wanting to do, and that it's just not working.
Well, regular laws still apply here. There's no pause on any of the regular world's laws.
Well, I mean, we're not really part of any country here.
Indeed.
Well, no, but there's still no killing and no stealing and no
Well, not yet.
No, I mean, law-wise,
Well,
that still wouldn't
yes.
be.
Technically, everyone here is a member, even though you are the only one with any security clearance. I think that the way we've set it up is that everyone is at least a basic sort of, cadet entry-level member of Flight Infinity, maybe not even a F.I.A.T specifically. They don't have the F.I.A.T training, but the point is everyone is subject to the sort of, Flight Infinity bylaws, which do prohibit, just standard anti-crime and anti-corruption laws and things.
But V's you're absolutely right. That there should be some sort of maybe V established law. Maybe that'll be a little more received or respected.
Yeah, and as you said, Zeb, we don't know how long this is going to be going on. So this is just going to have to be a community, and we're going to have to create jobs and have structure and build a society here.
Indeed.
And if what?
No, I'm just agreeing with you for once.
Thanks.
So,
But
if they all came from UV, they would have your same skill sets, I assume?
not
Which
ne-
means that
well,
they all have the skill set of performer and any other jobs they would need
Okay.
training for. So we need a school more than we need jobs.
Well, I know. I mean, the wood shop people seem to have come quite a long way already in terms of like woodworking. It seems that, I mean, maybe like they maybe have these. Whenever they split off, maybe that's like the baseline, and they've all seemed to pursue different
in
instants, right?
shop.
We throw up enough coffee shops, and they'll be able to be employed.
That's probably true.
Capable of a lot more than just running a coffee shop, Michael.
Michael is such a dick. I love it so much.
But I mean,
Um,
coffee shop is a good
I am
addition.
like
I do think
educated
that
and
should
very
be-
capable. I just happen to end up.
Zeb says, I actually have a question, V.
Okay.
You guys probably, I'm a huge fan of Steel Trap. Like, I love her so much. And
know.
I'm just, sometimes I try to think, like, what would Steel Trap do? And then when I realize I couldn't pull off her boots, I try to think of another idea. V.
What?
Could you reach out with your mind and see if you feel a V, like maybe one of the V's has branched off, like the V who would have been a lawyer?
Yeah, that's actually what I was wanting to do. See if there's some sort of like group of, law oriented
So
or
why don't you
coffee
try?
shop oriented.
Still need the proper training.
Try to find a legal Vegal.
Clever.
But finding candidates. That's a great way to start.
I'm
But still have to.
V. I'm saying try right now.
Oh, for lawyer? Do we need lawyer? I don't want to.
Well, you said you wanted law. A lawyer would be the first. If one of your minds had a more political or kind of legislative mind,
Architect. Look for an architect then we can start building things.
or an architect could build things. But
Let's do architect. Okay.
but if you seem, I thought you wanted laws. Okay, don't listen to me. It's fine. He's just being Zeb.
Well,
His name is
Zeb,
actually
the
Zach,
thing
but whatever, it's fine. So you're gonna try to find an architect, V.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make
Building.
a telepathy roll. Formation telepathy. Have you not improved from last time, by the way?
No.
Well, while you do that,
Who among us has ever improved?
That is a sentence that requires specific inflection.
have you not?
You still fucking suck? Is that what you...
Well, I just see a lot of.
proven Eldritch Blast
Hey,
by a lot.
nice. Hey, you know what? Dustin
Hey.
taught you well, baby.
My Eldritch Blast is really powerful.
It's a strong one.
Okay, so I got a regular success.
Regular success in formation telepathy. You do find a V out there.
Okay. Can I call her through the mind?
Yes, V6972.
Okay.
You sense her. Basically, you just sense one who is like you sense one who seems to be really thinking about the structures around. So yes, if you would like to call B6972, you can call
I
out
would
to
like
her. Okay.
To come to my location.
Basically, you just do a "come to me," and you hear a response that kind of says, "Okay," and you feel like maybe she's on her way. In the interim, your Zeb here kind of looks, and he kind of looks at Billy and Rena. He glances at Michael, but knows Michael's more kind of a field guy, and he sort of comes over and says, do either of you, I mean, I know we have, like, yeah, as you said, Billy, our grief counselors here. Maybe you can go kind of talk to who we have present just to get handy. But do either of you know about any other, like, counseling, mental health, any outside the box options that we have anywhere? Have either of you heard of anything in Flight Infinity for that?
Oh, like resources, not
Like
not
other-
like just our
Just
us. Okay.
not our stuff. Is that I'm any outside the box ideas to this question? Billy, I don't know that this is an area that you would have a huge amount of expertise upon, so I'm going to simply say that you should roll a luck roll. Just make a luck to see if you've randomly heard. However, for our girl Rena Rude, you may have some, areas of expertise that could actually apply here. What did you roll, Billy?
Regular success.
Regular success. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know that there is one pretty good therapist among the F.I.A.T complement here.
Okay.
There's like a somewhat more senior, decorated thing. Roll me any die at all. Actually, I take that back. Roll a d20.
Funny enough, that was the one I picked up. A 19.
19. Great. And could you roll a d100?
Sure. 68.
Perfect. Okay. There is a sorry, everybody. There is a Dr. Zabala.
Zabala.
Dr. Zabala is a pretty seasoned mental health person. As far as you know, Dr. Zabala actually came here in order to like Dr. Zabala usually is kind of overseeing certain mental health things, but has been out during the power surge just to be an kind of an extra thing. So this is it's an overqualified individual.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go find Dr. Zabala or to call Dr. Zabala to bring that in as someone who's present, that would certainly could make sense.
And
Sure.
before you even say that, V will say, and about the therapist, I don't think, hopefully they're not all going to need one-on-one, and maybe a good place to start would be group therapy, because I can guarantee you there's a group of hypochondriac V's out there that's going to need a little help, especially living, on an isolated island.
Oh, we could have workshops.
Yeah. So we could start in groups and figure out if there's anyone who needs a little more help,
Well,
and
Yeah,
go from there.
there is a like a Dr. Sambala is there is a very good therapist here that would probably have that's usually out has been out helping with the power surges, so they might have a pretty good
Perfect.
plan of attack for something like this.
Yeah, make the call.
Okay.
Yeah, so Billy, you can rush off to find Dr. Zabala. Rena, did you have something you wanted to suggest you'd roll? Otherwise, I can give you some thoughts on maybe what you could try to put into a
Oh,
roll.
I have no idea.
So I would say that I'm going to actually give you a couple of things from some different areas here. You're going to get a total of 3 bonus dice on this based on your various areas of expertise. Please make an analyze roll. Oh, no, take it back. Make a research roll. That's more appropriate for this. This is you kind of going through your pad, being let's see, mental health outside the box.
What are the
mental health.
bonus dice for again?
Bonus
How do I use
dice,
them?
yes. Bonus dice mean you get to roll your percentile die, the one with the tens column, the one with the zeros,
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
zeros. You get to roll a total of 4 of those and use the lowest.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all of my skills in these are 75 or above. So can I assist or?
Ooh, yeah. Actually, if you want to help, if you would like to help Rena, what first would you give me a research roll?
That's a 6, which is an extreme success.
An extreme success. Holy smokes. Okay, Michael, please roll a d10. Rena, what did you roll for your
38.
Your lowest was a 38. What did you roll there, Michael?
8.
8. So you can subtract 8 from that roll. That gets you down to a 30. Which for you would be a hard success. If you wanted to kind of go for broke on this one, you could re-roll. You could spend a power to re-roll, or you could spend some luck to just like brute force yourself to an extreme
If I can
success.
re-roll, do I get to still subtract?
You get to still roll all those bonuses and subtract the 8, yes, because of Michael's
Oh, okay.
impressive help.
Yeah, I'll use a power for that. Cool. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 18 minus the 8, so 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
A 10 for that is an extreme success. Basically, Rena, with you needed an extreme to get to this here. Rena, would you please roll a D100 for me? We have not actually done one of these rolls in so long. Oh no,
72.
Ooh, I like it. Roll another D100 for me.
17.
Oh, snap. That's fun. Roll another D100. I'm sorry. It'll end soon, I promise.
It's okay. 76.
76. All right. Give me a minute to think about that while I do a different scene. Billy Jones, you find Dr. Zabala pretty easily. Not hard. Dr. Zabala is currently kind of just talking to a couple of these nearby, just being very sort of just kind of... Dr. Zabala is probably like 60, and seems very just like quiet, calm, very sort of short, close cropped hair. Uniform is in good condition, but there's a warmth to this person as well. They seem very together, but sort of Dr. Zabal is just kind of nodding politely at a couple of these as they're talking about Les Mis. And Dr. Zabal saying, yes, I enjoyed the song. I like that. What's the famous song? They're like, oh, there's so many famous ones. You're probably talking about I Dreamed a Dream, but you might be talking about On My Own. Or if you like it kind of, well, do you know how that goes? We'll just show you how it goes. And they start singing. The book goes, you have a wonderful voice.
Excuse me, doctor.
Oh, yes.
I don't mean to.
Excuse me, V and V unless you've already picked other names. No, we're just still V's right now. We'll figure it out. Of course you will. Yes, Agent Jones, how can I help you?
Yes, Dr. Zambala. We've been discussing back in HQ, and we'd like to invite you in to sort of discuss a sort of more broad treatment plan and what your expertise might be. V Prime believes that we should start evaluating and treating or offering some sort of therapy to a lot of the different Vs here, whether or not that's group therapy, one-on-one psych evaluations. We kind of want your input on that as the best person we have on the island right now.
Oh, if you think I could be helpful, of course I'll come with you, and Dr. Zabala will follow you.
Yes, please, right this way, doctor.
In the meantime, as sort of Billy and Dr. Zabala,
Sorry, I just have a question for the V's performing the Les Mis. Mm-hmm. Do you think every day they do the parade down the street? Do you think that that's how they go to the theater every day?
No, they're like.
You don't think they go to the theater saying, "Do you hear the people sing?"
No, because they're pros.
They do group warm-ups.
Like what they would be much more likely to do is they would like try to go where there's a bunch of other Vs and then surprise those Vs by like suddenly like doing an impromptu like together performance, like they were all stuck in an airport, except the other Vs would totally know and they'd all join in, so it just wouldn't happen.
Not all of them would though. That's the thing. Not all of them will.
I mean, I don't know if the harmonies are going, they are all singers.
That's true.
So
if we're back with us, can I ask something?
Sure.
So she'll just put this question out to the F.I.A.T members. Isn't there some sort of like city rebuilding plan that you guys have? I mean, with, as much as we all try to not have any destruction, I've seen cities leveled. And I'm sure
Rebuilding a city is very different than building a city.
Right, but that's a good place to start, at least.
Well, that's
So
literally what all of our buildings that we've dropped here are, and all the, food and.
No, I know,
and-
but we're talking infrastructure, restaffing, things like that. Do you have plans for those things? Because there has to be some sort of structure, not just building things and putting people in them, right?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what infrastructure is. You build things.
No, I
put people.
know, but
I don't want to get in a
also
fight. Oh.
dealing with the people themselves, training programs, re-education. I understand that's what we're trying to do here, but
well, this is
I'm
a different
asking if
situation since they all seem to have the same brain, and you hear
But
like
they
a
don't.
knock. You hear a knock at the door, and there's a V standing there, and she says,
Hi.
"Hi, I'm 6972.
Yeah, come on in. Thanks so much for coming.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Are we supposed to call you Prime? I guess.
You can just call me V. Do you like to be called V? What name do you like? You don't have to go by the number.
What is V's actual name?
Victoria.
I actually, and like this is sort of weird, because I'm kind of riffing a little more than I should.
No.
I actually like to be called Ricky.
Awesome.
Because of I just thought I kind of like Ricky Lake a lot, I think she kind of gets a bad rap.
No, I know. I remember watching that so much as a kid.
Yeah, so I guess you can just call me Ricky to keep it easy.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be not too,
No, you're
a little different.
No, of course, you're your own person.
Why did you ask me with your brain to come here? Did I do okay in responding? Is this just a test?
Yeah, no, it's not a test at all.
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to kind of figure out what's going on here, as we all are, and I kind of noticed that you might have an interest in, building.
Well, okay, so, I mean, as you know, when we were in high school, we definitely did a lot of, scenic building.
Yeah.
We actually do know how to use an electric screwdriver, you guys. We know how to use a nail gun. We actually do know that. I know you probably wouldn't think that we do, because we're just, pretty girls, but we actually, we know how to do actual construction. It's so cool. Sometimes we'll go in there where guys are, putting a set together, and we start doing it, and they're like, oh my god! You know how to do this? We just thought you were just a girl who just only cares about your looks. But yeah, I do like building stuff. I think it's kind of fun. I actually went by a workshop earlier, but there were these other kind of weird V's in there doing. They didn't seem. I was like, oh my god, maybe we could I could start I could build a little a gazebo or something. But I know they were doing something else. So
Yeah.
I just was walking
They've got
around.
their own vibe.
Yeah.
So is that something that you'd be interested in learning more about? Because we're trying to figure out what everybody should be doing, and if that's something you'd like to learn more about and maybe put to use around here.
Oh, building stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we all know. Oh, you're saying that oh my god, so I'm kind of maybe just a little more building minded than other V's? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so weird.
just,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean, I appreciate
and
it.
just you like going by Ricky, I like going by V. Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I can maybe start doing some drawings and maybe I don't know if we have any AutoCAD programs or anything. I can start looking at those and.
I'm sure we could get you set up with some of that stuff. Can
Great.
we get some stuff for Ricky?
I mean,
not
yeah.
right now, but
Zeb is 100%. That's not even. Yes, we can. Right this way. We'll set you up at a station here, and we can.
Okay.
Unless, would you rather work outside so you see the environment? We could put you a desk out there. Oh, actually, working outdoors, maybe that would be. I am an expert in architecture, so I know that Frank Lloyd Wright always used to. I don't actually know what Frank Lloyd Wright did. Do you know if he always worked outside or something? I know falling water. That's all I know.
No, I know.
He also did the Dallas Theater Center.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go work outside and get inspiration from nature. This has been so cool. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, red-haired girl?
Carry on.
Okay, have fun.
Okay. Yep. And if you if you need any tools used, you know where to find me. I know what I'm doing. She heads out.
By the
Bye-bye.
way, everyone, that was just Philip making fun of me.
No, it was spot on, I have to say.
No, I have talked. Never mind.
As
Anyway,
No, I'm aware. That's why it is spot on.
as
You don't have
Ricky
to continue explaining. I saw it. I have.
as Ricky leaves, she sort of crosses paths with Billy and Dr. Zabala, who are sort of entering. And
I'm concerned
Dr.
about her calling herself an expert when she's had zero training.
that was more with like a wink.
I don't think it was is the problem. I didn't sense the wink.
I have an inflated ego in a lot of things, but I wouldn't ever call myself an expert in
Yes, but you also wouldn't call yourself Ricky. And
Okay,
the whole
fine.
thing
Tell
is
you
that
what,
you're all different.
V,
and-
V, you actually, V and Rena can
Oh,
both
I
do this, but V, I'd like you to do Rena, give me a read person. V, give me a read person, but you get a bonus because it is a you just talked to a fair bit.
I got a 6.
A 6, okay.
I got a 27.
Oh, so Rena, I'll sort of say that because you were sort of expressing doubt, this will more be like, this is you almost like realizing you can take V at her word for this. V, you know that, you 100% know that she was saying that as like a, like, joking, like, well, obviously I'm an expert in this. She knows she's not an expert in
Yeah.
that. As
she,
in, yeah.
She definitely thinks she's a little better than the other V's at it, but not an expert. But something to keep an eye out
We
or
still need to get teachers.
mind out for. Yeah.
As Dr. Zabala is kind of coming in and saying, "Oh, hello, hello,
Hi.
V. I'm Dr. Zabala. It's very nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you as well. So I'm sure that Billy filled you in a little bit. We were thinking of getting some mental health for the population of the island because this is super confusing for me. So I know it's confusing for everyone else. Also, I definitely know it's confusing for
I'm
them.
sure it is. Well, I have good news to report on that. I've been, there's only a couple of grief counselors or trained therapists here. I have been checking in, and it seems we haven't had any instances of any of these who seem to be in incredible distress over the situation. So I think that's first of all, I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
And the second thing I'll say is that this is a very large population, and yes, we would need to get more therapists here.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Also, a couple things. We are thinking of giving jobs, providing, things for these to do. Do you know of any sort of? When I was in high school, I had to take this personality test that gave me, the result of careers I should pursue.
I understand. I
mean, mine was performer, but
I will
have a
say
feeling
that I
there's-
find those tests to not be the personality Myers-Briggs and things like this. I don't think those are very. Those have been shown to. I think in a circumstance like this, those will not be very effective.
Fair enough.
Well,
Also, maybe you and I should talk.
I think that would be a great idea. Why don't we go have a chat? Just a conversation, not even a session or anything. Just this way, and kind of he'll sort of lead you to another area. In the meantime, Rena, with Michael's help, you've kind of been listening. Was there something you were going to say as they were leaving?
Well, I was just thinking we should probably just get like residents and doctoral students that are still trying to get their hours, both medical and mental health, and just give them their hours by working here.
Yeah.
Dr. Zabala kind of hears you say that and says, yes, Rena, make another read person roll.
39.
I think with a 39, Zabala gives a quick look at V and back to you in a way that almost implies... Is 39 a regular success for you?
Yes.
There's something he has a lot to say on that subject, or he's like, oh, right, but he doesn't want to say it in front of V. In any case, as he takes V aside, Michael and Rena, the two of you have been doing some research, going through stuff. Michael has been actually very helpful, Rena. We're going to get to that role you were making earlier as you sort of saying this, but you're basically, your eyes finally, with your extreme success and the roles that you made afterwards, you come upon something in the archives that is definitely an outside-the-box concept. But it's a very outside-the-box concept, but there's part of you that's like, wait a minute. Could this be a thing? What you have stumbled upon is from the sort of deepest, wildest, eldritch outer realms, places like the far realms. There exist these elder things, these beings of unimaginable cosmic and psychic power, okay? For the most part, these things are incredibly malevolent entities like Dread Cthulhu, Yog-Sothoth, various things that people have fought. And in fact, I believe, if memory serves, Topflight had to deal with some of this during Temple Flight. They witnessed a battle against something like this from afar, if you guys recall. So these entities do exist. These kind of like, these horrifying things from other realms or whatever. What's interesting, however, is that there is one instance in the archives of there being an entity like this that is known to you that is actually quite benevolent and kind and helpful. It is called the Shergoth. Instead of the Shuggoth, it is the Shergoth. The Shergoth is a kind of like entity outside of space and time, this sort of collection of tentacles and eyes, and the kind of thing that if it were a Shuggoth would just rip beings to shreds and give them full madness. But the Shergoth is different. The Shergoth, when creatures meet it, they're able to sort of share their feelings and anxieties and hopes and dreams and come away with an odd sense of peace. The trick is that the Shergoth is not something that is like controlled, it is simply something that is known to be out there. So Rena, with Michael's help, and perhaps Michael would not agree with what you're sort of seeing here, but perhaps with Michael's help, you have come upon talk of this Shergoth.
Well, I think this is a wonderful idea.
My better judgment says to not do this. I think if we put out some bait for some elder being, even if it's not a horror, we don't know what else we might summon to our presence.
I think we need to put out bait. I think if we, based on what I'm reading, really put out
Sparkles and friendship, is that what helps?
Huh?
Sparkles and friendship?
Well, if we put out sparkles and friendship and the right vibe psychically with, over 1,000 semi-psychic individuals, I kind of feel like we might be able to, just kind of ask it nicely and it would read that energy. And just kind of meander on over.
Rena, tell you what you've said is a totally logical thing. However, oh my god, this was all the reason it's what it is because I just rolled on those old like superpower tables and stuff. For all you could have come up with a robot therapist with this roll that you just did. But
I'm really glad I didn't. I'm glad I got out of this.
Rena,
yeah.
Oh my god, let me tell you some of things that Rena has here. Alien physiology, cryptid sociology, and arcane theology, all of which would at least partially apply to the situation. I am going to say this time let's do an analyze roll based on the data. You have, once again, 3 bonuses, and Michael, if you are actively helping, because you're involved in this, unless, however, Michael, if you think you would tell her not to do this.
So I mean, are we talking about, is she trying to summon it right now, or are we just like learning more about this?
She's looking into ways one would bring such a thing here. She's not.
I'm like willing to know more about it.
Okay, cool. Then yes, Michael, go ahead and give me an analyze roll based on the degree
Can
of
I do
success.
a research or?
I think I was trying to let you do. You know, she's doing analyze. You do analyze too. This is kind of a helping out with both.
I got a 4.
A 4.
I got a 4 as well.
4 as well. Well.
Daisies.
Okay. Michael Sheen, roll a d12.
Like, what does that look like again?
Yeah, for real.
Fuck, it's a 2.
A 2? I'm so sorry, Rita. You only have a 2. I thought we were about to have our first negative roll in this game. Rita, you have a 2.
Can I spend a 1 power to reroll that d12?
I don't think so. I think a 2 is plenty good. A 2. What is your score in this Rena? In analyze?
Analyze? 89.
Okay, so this is a vital success. Yes. So Rita, with a vital success, you have you've basically looked through this, and I like the idea that this is just pages someone scanned and just put into an unprotected PDF. You actually do find the guidance on it's written in it looks like it's written by an insane person, but it's like on summoning the Shergoth, but at the top of it says in big letters warning, this is pointless, you will not learn any arcane mysteries from this. This is clearly written by someone who was really only wanting to summon things that would bend space and time and unwrap their minds in non-Euclidean ways, but you have found instructions and you can tell that it would work. This is a way to get the attention of a Shergoth.
It wasn't that far off. It's actually pretty easy. I think we can still do it. We don't even need that many more supplies.
I mean, can we cross-reference whether or not the stuff we do would bring over any other beings?
Based on the preposterous rolls you've already had, the interesting thing about a Shergoth is they are so different than other aberrations that when the things that attract Shergoths are not if you're putting out big Shergoth energy, you're not putting out big Shuggoth energy. You might get a few flumps, because basically a Shergoth is kind of like a kicked up flump, is what it seems like. But there is a part of you, Rena, that thinks you could bring this thing here and perhaps you have so many minds that are so close, so it's complicated. The Shergoth wouldn't care that if each mind got one of its infinite tentacles, the Shergoth would have no problem, differentiating them. It's an interesting possibility.
I mean, it seems like this is fairly safe. And I think that it would remove some of the aberrant behavior from some of the more extreme clones. Might be worth it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree. I think so too. Mm-hmm.
Billy, we'll say that you've overheard all of this. Would you like to add anything?
What do you need? Should I make a list? I could sort of start rounding things up.
Do we need anything else? Is there anything we need to get?
Yeah, there's some. Well, and it's one of those things where
like some candles
Maybe
or something. I don't actually know that much about summoning the occult.
There are a lot of weird spell components for this, And it's one of those things where, Rita, you're kind of like, there's no way we actually need all this stuff, but also this. It's one of those things where you're like, can't I just leave this out of the recipe? But you're like, I guess I'm gonna just follow this recipe because I don't know. So you're like, I guess we need a lot of castor oil, and you need a lot of you need some weird. There's weird stuff on here.
So need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream.
Oh my god. One whipped, one unwhipped. So basically, Billy, are you going to go just try to find these items?
Yeah, I'll take the shopping list around.
So as Michael and Rena look this over, and Zeb is just kind of, I guess Zeb is sort of saying, "Oh, so you found something? You found what?" Of that, we will go over to V, who is sitting down with Dr. Zabala in just like a little office, and Dr. Zabala says, we'll actually cut to Dr. Zabala has finished sort of explaining, his credentials, his experience, his sort of methodology, of his type of, which type will he be?
Please not Freudian.
We'll say he's cognitive behavioral.
Hell yeah.
He's got that CBT. As he's he's kind of gone with this. And says, so V, how are you feeling right now?
Well, overwhelmed, concerned, for myself and the world as a whole. Being a superhero, it's a lot, and especially when your powers go out of control and create 12,000 U's, that's difficult. But and we can talk about me, but I don't know if I'm the same as them. I know their foundation is me, but I don't know if they're like informed by the same emotional life that I led before they happened. Because there's one, her name is Ricky. She doesn't even go by V. They're unique people. And I feel responsible for all of them.
Well, I think that makes sense. In many cultures, everyone's responsible for everyone. We're all in this together, and in this situation, you're all very connected in ways really unlike any society I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
So it's understandable it's going to be very, very difficult feeling. Why are you... What is, aside from the obvious ways, how does this feel different to you than any other mission you've done? What about this is making this feel so much more overwhelming?
Well, I'm... do you ever sit at night and just think about every single decision you've ever made and how things could have changed if you could have just made one choice that was different that day? If you would have not put cream in your coffee, would you be a whole different person? I feel like I'm seeing that right now. Every iteration of me is out there, and I can only hope that they're all good, but I don't know if they are. And they're me, but they're also unique. And I know it's not my fault, but it's hard to not feel that way because it was my powers that caused all of this, and apparently this is a spectacular power surge.
Well, if it's a spectacular power surge, I think I did see the report that said that.
They're just trying to be nice.
No,
if that's actually the language that they use.
No, that's the language. I will tell you that's the language they use. They're not trying to be nice or mean. They're saying that in terms of implication, complexity, grandeur, that this is the most spectacular of all the surges we've seen. This has changed things so much that they gave it its own show. No. it's a considerable change in a very difficult situation. I certainly think that bringing in more mental health professionals here would be good, and there is I'm sure you've thought of this, there is a unique issue here, which is that given how close all of you are, it might be hard for there to be therapists talking to, more than one of you at a time.
Right.
Which is a challenge. But also, have you at all considered the opportunities that are here? The possibilities?
No, I mean, I haven't thought beyond, keeping everyone busy and, creating a society for them. That's step one. I mean, I can't make any plans for them to do anything until they're happy and doing
I don't mean
things that...
I don't mean plans, V. I just mean, have you let your mind, without specifics, without plans, without hard and fast rules, have you just considered the positives?
No, there are none. I mean, maybe for them, that's what I'm hoping, but...
So earlier you were saying you're all connected, so if they're in good shape, I mean, of course, if you're not in good shape and they are, then that's a problem for you, but...
Well, and maybe this is my form of self-care. me caring for 12,000 of me. And trying to give them a good life. I don't know. What are you getting at?
I'm asking a question. And you
I just don't want them to cause... I don't want them to cause any more problems than I already have. Because it's all going to be my fault in the end. Whether it's me, V, who does it, or them, it's all coming from me. So...
It all came from you. But is what they do now based on what you're doing?
I'd like to think not. They seem to be becoming their own people, or maybe they always were.
I'm not sure I should say this to you, but I've been talking to many of the V's here since we arrived. They are becoming their own people faster than one would think.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a defense mechanism in your minds, or if it's part of the surge, or if it's the fact that nothing like this has ever happened, but I think there's a lot of different parts in all of our brains, and there's a lot of different paths we could go, and there may be other things at work here, since, if I understand it correctly, you're all connected to fairies.
Long story, but yes.
So in my experience, like the Myers-Briggs personality test, I do find the fairy-based therapies to not be particularly effective.
It's a little woo-woo.
They just want too many acorns.
Okay.
So, I think that the main thing for you to focus on right now is just recognizing that you've acknowledged this is a difficult situation.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And you've acknowledged that nothing like this has ever happened, but I just want you to remember that something spectacular is happening here. And you're a performer. You're good at spectacle, right?
Sure. I mean, I used to be. I haven't performed in a long time. They have. They've got a whole Les Mis going on. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, I've been invited several times.
Okay, you don't have to go. Don't feel
I probably
obligated.
will.
Okay.
I like theater.
Okay.
All right. This isn't a session or anything, so our time's not up. But
Yeah.
I do want to urge you to You're not responsible for everything going on here. You didn't cause this power surge. Though many of these things have spun off of you, they're now their own people making their own decisions.
Okay.
So certainly this is not your fault. And to whatever degree I can say that to you, but to whatever degree you can remind yourself of that, I think would be very helpful.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go see what the others have done, because I need to talk to that girl who was talking about some getting residents to, people working on their hours for this, because I gotta say that this is a much more complicated situation than you'd want students were. And he kind of, as he opens the door, Billy, you're returning with just like armfuls of, yeah.
And just like buckets of castor oil, like at least 15 different candles.
That's not going to the fairy bees, is it? Are they trying to summon something else?
Oh, no, I am.
Yeah,
we are.
Rena.
What?
Did they convince you to?
No, this is me and Michael's idea.
Well, this was your idea, and it seemed like it might be effective.
It was supervised by Michael.
Now, Michael, I do just want to point out, this is Zeb. Michael, I just want to point out that you were the one who was most in favor of interdimensional blockers, right?
I know.
Okay.
Yes, but if this is something that all the research we have says that this is going to be strictly positive.
Okay. Well, maybe you guys should fill V in on this this new idea. Oh, and Dr. Zabala, maybe get our chief therapist's opinion about the situation. Michael, Rena, Billy, please go ahead, elaborate. Zeb is sort of sitting back in a way of like,
Hey.
This is fun.
Have you heard of a sugar?
Like,
The
oh, sugar.
Perfect, because it's not that. It is a Shergoth, which is like a sugar, but good. Anyways, it's just gonna bring positive vibes and help out all the V's.
Okay.
It's really gigantic. And we
Yeah,
won't need a million therapists.
How big is this thing?
Yeah, it'll be great. We have plenty of space.
Wait, how big is it?
No, it's not a problem at all. We have enough space for it.
Rena, do you want to answer this, or do you want the information to say an answer to this, or are you answering how you would even if you knew everything?
Both.
Okay. I'll tell
Rena,
you.
You're doing something that I do a lot, which is just smile and nod when something is gonna be jarring or unexpected.
I'm just prepping you guys because we do have the space. I want that to be clear. We do have the space.
So a Shergoth is a sort of invisible, partially corporeal protoplasmic being. It is, oh no, they can be a lot bigger than that. It's totally amorphous, so it can sort of take many forms, and it has all these different tendrils, but it's typically around 300 feet across.
Okay.
The Shergoth in question is.
But bright side, I have a theory that because it's partially invisible and all that it might block UV rays, which is good for the skin. So.
Ever the optimist. Really appreciate you
Well,
looking
that
out for...
will that affect any of the solar paneling that we've used to power a lot of the things on this island?
Nope, just the cancer-causing stuff.
Okay.
That I'm not clear about, but
Okay.
Just the theory I have.
Okay. So it just makes good vibes?
With invisible tentacles that you can't see. It's gonna be great.
Oh. I mean...
What are you all talking about? Dr. Zabala says. What
A
is this?
Shergoth. Shergoth,
Is this-
not sugar.
Is this another
But
fairy
Shergoth.
thing? Is this a fairy thing?
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
as I understand, it's much darker than that.
No. That's the sugar. This is the Shergoth.
Okay, well, Dr. Zavala did say that, he doesn't see an urgent need for mental health for anyone yet.
I certainly
Exactly.
think we need to begin the process of bringing in
Yeah, but-
highly trained mental health professionals. I would like to find people at the top of their field. I would like to sort of bring in, just the finest doctors throughout, basically the English speaking world and even or just any doctors who can speak English, just from all over the world. To come
Shergoth
here.
would understand all types of language.
Right, but what is this? What? And Zeb just
Shergoth.
goes, Dr. Zabala, maybe, you
Do
know
we
who we
have,
should
like-
ask about this is Steel Trap.
Well, yeah, she probably would know. Do we have a thing here where, like, because Rena has that tablet where
Yeah.
she can just project what's on the tablet onto like a larger
Yeah,
screen?
totally. You could throw.
She's the Shergoth, like she like, slams it up
She
there.
throws the Shergoth up, and the Shergoth imagery is upsetting, certainly.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Well,
Doctor,
I mean, you don't want to see the negative one. The negative one is even more upsetting, honestly. This is the good one, though. This is the good one. This is the
oh god,
happy. Oh,
Rena, do you want to show them what a Shergoth is like?
yes, absolutely. Actually, yeah. See, but this is the good one because if you look at the bad one, she puts that one up.
oh God.
You
Yeah,
play
so
a
that-
video of like
it is.
it's like it looks like a found footage horror basically of like people in some like temple running and like someone's
Like it's
running.
Cloverfield, like
It's like Cloverfield shit, and this guy runs, and this like he's suddenly like ripped into 6 pieces by something unseen, and for a moment you can see like part of an invisible tentacle, and I mean like Shuggoths are basically, they're like, it's like the most Lovecraftian, undescribable, just they're these like dogs of hate. They're kind of, they're not old, they're not great old ones. They're just like, they're kind of these attack dogs they seed and leave places. So yeah, so it's very upsetting,
yeah.
and Dr. Spelling goes, and
Yeah,
See,
but-
that's what we're not trying to summon. That
Yeah,
is the
I mean-
bad one.
Definitely by comparison, the Shergoth does seem much better now.
Yeah, see, just imagine that, but with positive vibes. It's doing the same
I've had
thing
to clean up
almost.
scenes from those, and they're not pleasant.
Okay, so hear me out. Maybe we keep the Shuggoth.
Shergoth. See, the Shuggoth is the
Shergoth.
bad one. I feel like you guys haven't been listening to me.
Okay, in our back pocket, just for when the vibes are down. Because right now it's
no,
pretty much only me.
I strongly advise that we not do any sort of what I like to call superhero weirdness.
Yeah, but I
I mean,
love
it's
the
going to take
initiative.
us time to get the ritual down anyway, so you
I
have plenty
strongly
of time.
suggest that instead we need to simply reach out and hire all of the top mental health therapists in the world.
No, absolutely. But I just want to, you misspoke. Not instead, in addition to,
Oh,
For now.
alongside
No.
tandem effort.
I'm going to go start making some calls. And Zeb goes, and I understand that I cannot actually offer money. I'm just going to see who would be available hypothetically. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. Billy, are you going
Shergoth
to say
is
something?
also available. Sorry?
Rena, I do have just a question.
Zabala heads out. Yeah.
So, the Shergoth. Look, I don't want to impugn your. You are clearly an expert in these sort of things.
I just found out about it about like 30 minutes ago.
Oh boy.
Oh. So I had 2 questions then.
Mhm.
What kind of training does the Shergoth have?
Its existence.
Well,
Okay.
cool. Secondary question, sort of a follow-up. What accounts are there of contact with the Shergoth?
Those Rena has. The Shergoth, and I mean, you can put this into Rena words if you'd like, but basically, instances in which the Shergoth has been contacted. First of all, it has only been contacted by like Earth people on a couple of occasions. Tell you what we'll roll. Let's give this to a weirder superhero team. KJ, give me a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Give me a D12 roll. Oh God, roll a 12 if you can.
Best. 8. Sorry.
8. That's fine. That would have been Rumor Inc., everyone's favorite. 8, you say. Oh, sweet. This is one of my OG teams, and we've never done anything with them. Okay, honestly, Rena, when you say this, if you say, well, the Rocket Squad encountered one, Zeb literally goes, oh. As in, like, oh, I'm totally fine with this plan then if you think the Rocket Squad would be
Brad,
okay
yes.
with it.
Rocket Squad did it once.
Billy Jones and Michael, both of you give me a detect vibe roll to that point.
Okay.
Easy. 40. Hard success.
Okay.
Wait, there it is. 39. Regular success.
Regular success. So I would say that Michael, a regular success on that Billy Jones, I would say, is a situation where you're like you were expecting Rena to come up with like some like D-list weirdo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're expecting Rita's saying the Rocket Squad. This is basically her going like, well, it worked for a little guy called, I don't know, Tom Hanks. That's sort of, like the vibe. Michael, I'll give you a little further context. The Rocket Squad is our, like, the closest thing here is that the Rocket Squad is kind of like the Fantastic Four. It's a team of like, it's like they're sort of like adventurer scientists.
Adventurer nerds.
Yeah, adventure nerds. They all have they unlike those, they do all have like special powers and things, but they're not like Gamma sort of thing. And they all have jetpack sort of things. Although in some iterations the jetpacks are actually like organic. Weirdly, it's like they could all like produce a rocket thing to go. Other times they're just wearing jetpacks. It's been rewritten a few times. The point is, the Rocket Squad are certainly a like well-informed and very respectable group. So when Rena's saying this, she's saying that they encountered one. You believe that you guys could actually reach out to the Rocket Squad, like, to get confirmation on this.
Can I like pull up the file on that encounter?
Yeah, you've already seen it. In fact, well, I mean, honestly, your being surprised about this wouldn't have happened because you would have seen it when you and Rena were researching earlier. Yes, the encounter was they were on another planet or like on some other phase of reality when they encountered this thing. But it actually, the Shergeth actually was very instrumental. Roll a d6.
6.
Ace Rocket, one of the 6 members of the Rocket Squad, you know, with Captain Rocket, Rocket Last, Kid Rocket, Dr. Rocket, Lady Rocket, and Ace Rocket. Ace Rocket was having a tremendous... This was like a 70s comic. This was like Bronze Age. Like, Ace Rocket was really sad because, like, some friends of his died, and he thought it was his fault, and he encountered this thing called the Shergeth. He was terrified it was a Shuggoth, but instead it was a Shergeth, and it helped him, like, come to terms with, like, some amount of guilt is of course correct, but I can't let it define me. And he was able to like let go of a lot of the horrible feelings, and it really helped him move past.
Yeah, I'll just throw that out there.
Well,
Oh.
that bodes well.
Well, I'd like to try to use some more traditional methods, at least for now. It's
Of course, in
great
tandem,
idea.
yeah.
No. For now, and then if that doesn't work,
Please.
we can progress on to greater measures. Which yours is great.
No.
Just
This is going to take time anyway. So
how long?
to get
You doing it again?
It could take you a few hours to try to do this summoning, probably.
yeah, I mean, you know, just a real long,
How
couple,
long?
3-4 hours.
Oh. Okay. No, that's not a long time.
I mean, it is.
That's the
I mean,
length
like, you
of
could
Les
make,
Mis.
like,
Okay. What I will ask you to do, it's a great idea. what I'm going to ask you to do is continue to do the research, refine the summoning spell or whatever.
Oh well, I mean, I've done all the research. There wasn't a whole lot to look through, honestly. It was just a
Oh God. Okay.
and they're
But-
like the summoning spell is ready to go.
Yeah. So what I'll do like 99%, and then when you guys are ready, I'll just like fire off that last step, and we'll be good to go.
How about this? If I could interject,
Yes.
maybe we should see if the Rocket Squad could actually talk to us about the Sheriff, and see if they think this is a
Yes.
good idea. How about that?
Yes. Yes.
Great. We'll try to get it. We'll try to get word to the
You
Rocket
always
Squad.
want
Um,
a second opinion on your research,
Until then,
peer reviewed.
everyone,
right?
great. Yes, exactly. Great work, Billy. Thank you so much for talking to Dr. Zabala. If you could kind of be our liaison with him for now, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely.
But okay, I think that I think this makes sense then. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate this, and I think these are good steps.
Yeah.
Great. So as you guys contemplate this, anybody have a closing thing? Otherwise, we're gonna end the issue.
I don't know if anybody actually wants to see it, but I think the next showing of Les Mis is about to start, and I actually haven't seen it yet because it's incredibly embarrassing to watch yourself perform. But I am going to go support if anyone wants to come.
So we should go hear the people sing. I'm so bad.
Sure. I'd be happy to come.
Awesome. Yeah,
I think I have work to do.
I understand.
I will meet you guys there. I have to
Not summon that thing.
No, I can't do that alone. It'd be far too messy. No, I have to go talk about I have to give up Peanut.
No.
I did
it was
wanna-
so cute.
I
No.
did actually. Why?
It's it's I can't let it distract me from my work.
Well, one will take care of it, and you can visit it whenever you want. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I can visit. I just can't co-parent as in
Your own
If I
choice.
get a lot of hands. I'm a lot, so we'll
mean-
take really good care of it, and you can see it anytime.
Yes, I have to go tell her.
And I know, Rena. I mean, you seem very capable about processing lots of different kind of facets of information.
I-
at times, so I feel like you probably could.
I am. Nope, it's unprofessional. Yeah, I got it. It's fine. I'll meet you guys at the theater. You go.
I mean, there's nothing, as far as I know, in any of the regulations about having pets.
No, yeah, it's not. It's fine. Thank you. I gotta do this.
And Michael's just sitting there.
Well, look, Michael saw the world premiere of Les Mis in Paris in 1980, so he's good to go.
But he's not saying anything about what Rena's saying right now.
He's just observing.
King of dicks. Well, so do Rena? I'll kind of just ask KJ and Lauren. Do we want to see Rena talk to one, or do we understand how sad that conversation is already? Do we need to see it play out, or do we have the implication?
It's up to you, KJ. I'm okay either way.
You said you wanted to be.
Huh?
Last time we did this, you're the one that said you wanted to.
Oh, it's up to you. I don't want. I'm in a different emotional place now.
That is the problem with this game, is that every month Lauren has forgotten where she was last time and comes at it with a very different energy.
I remember what happened.
Okay, then we don't have to.
Then well, tell you what, maybe we'll hold it for next time. We'll potentially do it next time if Lauren's like, I'm in the mood to be betrayed, then we'll do it.
I mean, as far as I can tell, like, just sharks. There's, for whatever reason, something in the regulation you cannot have a shark, but there's no other regulation against having any other pets.
Oh, it's because sharks can't live in tanks, I think. Also, that's just inhumane.
How would they even twist the turret?
What?
As the group as some members of the team head to go listen to Les Mis as Rena gets ready to deal with a difficult situation. As you guys pass, you do see there are 14 of these who are like really getting into their dressed like a little street urchin boy, and they're all like singing like, "How do you do? My name's Gavroche. How do you do? My name's Gavroche." Now, I think, can I give you like a note on that? Absolutely, I'm so open to it, you stupid bitch. So basically, as they're sort of practicing this stuff, I think this is where we'll end tonight's issue. Thank you all. Man, I have to say this is, it's not like I haven't liked Rena up to this point, but Rena and the Shergoth is where there was like something clicked.
How big is it?
And
Look, the question was, will it fit? Yes. The answer is yes.
Will it fit on
we
this
have the
island?
space.
Totally.
Yes.
And the best part is it goes through stuff, so who cares? The Shergoth.
No, I am
Shergoth
realizing
is
that,
one of my
like,
favorite things I've ever come up with, by the way. I'm just gonna say that. Shergoth, based on getting aberration roll and getting sci-fi and getting and emotional. It literally rolled emotional control on
That's
the
amazing.
thing. When you rolled a 17, it was emotion control. So I was like, "Welp." And then Shergoth. So I couldn't be happier, guys. Release the Shergoth. Were you about to say something, Pierce? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that given how many V's are performing Les Mis, that like they basically could draw a straw every night to see who gets to play Fantine and gets to actually have their hair cut, so that every night it's actually hair being cut on stage. You get to that big like, oh my god, they actually had their hair cut kind of
So they
thing.
can only do the show 14 times.
Well, it's a rotating cast.
No, there's 14 just playing urchins right now.
Oh man, oh this is fun. A flea can bite the bottom of the Pope in Rome. That's one of Gavroche's
So-
lyrics.
So there 12,000 divided by 365 is like, wait, hang on. I just did that in a,
Oh, you're saying how many years they could do it with the unique fee getting a haircut?
It's
every night?
almost 33 years. So like, but I'm saying is like even if they just had a fraction of that of all the V's performing, like, by the time like
Hold
they got
on.
through the cast,
Hold
then
on.
all the hair.
Well,
the hair
but
would grow
you
back
do
out, but
2
the-
shows on Sundays.
Wait, no. We're
They're
going about
doing
this all
2
wrong.
shows every day.
Oh no, you guys! Oh, you're so golden. The original run of Les Mis only had 6,680 performances. They're fine. You're right, Dan. They're fine.
Yeah.
I love the idea that because here's the thing.
Well,
City
also, by the
Planner
time-
V could go do it one night.
But also by the time that like we're getting to a point, like the hair will have grown back by the
Yeah,
time
exactly,
like
yeah.
before we cycle through the V's.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Well, this is delightful. Thank you all for watching tonight. This was a lot of fun. Come watch all our other games. Tomorrow night, we don't have a game. The past 4 nights we've had games, but tomorrow we're off. However, I think Lauren might be streaming, so watch her.
I'm streaming tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific.
There you
A
go.
scary game called Madison. It's come be scared with me. If you're scared, I'm scared too.
Perfect. And
If you're
Pierce,
not scared, I'm still scared.
Pierce or Dan, will either of you be streaming before Friday night?
Maybe.
Okay. Dan could stream at any time. Just follow Steinberg.
Yeah, on Friday I will around 1:30 p.m. Pacific, I'll be starting the new Friday spooky game, which will be Alan Wake Remastered. A remaster of Alan Wake. So
Perfect.
should be just a lot of like walking in dark rooms with only a flashlight. So
There you go.
sure that'll be fun.
Oh, that's anxiety.
Friday night, 7:30, Blood from a Stone. Nothing going on there. Just feel free to skip it. It's fine. Not a big deal. Sunday morning, Animorphs, I'd imagine.
Yes, Sunday mornings Animorphs.
Sunday night.
Here be dragons.
What do we just do? Yes, Here We Dragons.
Here Be Dragons.
Here We Dragons this coming Sunday night. So come join us for that. Those dragons are they're making moves out there. They got
Yeah, we accomplished one
choices
thing,
and-
and I feel so weird about it. And so we
Yeah.
need to find some more debt
We got to
to
get into
take
some
on.
debt. Well, they've now got to a thing where like it's possible. I think they're realizing that like some terms might be changing because of stuff they did, so they could get out of more story debt even sooner here. So that is that. On Monday, we are back with Theme Party. Theme Party was really chill and normal last time. There were no sexual innuendos between an aged pirate and aged Commodore at all.
There never are on this channel.
No one ended ass up in that game. It was all normal. So join us on Monday for more normal stuff with our LEGO characters in Theme Party. On Wednesday, a week from today, we are back with
LLL.
Lost
LLA?
Lore
LLA.
Academia, LLA.
Need to do an acronym.
I'm actually going to make a quick announcement about this for the month. So I don't have a calendar handy, but I can do math. So that is on the 8th. On the 15th, we have Topflight West. We are back with our Topflight game to see what happens with them fighting Murder Babe, if they go after her, if they lick their wounds and let a new hell form. Who knows what's happening. The week after that is the day before Thanksgiving. We're actually going to be dark all week because I'm traveling. Ugh. And happy to see family, not happy to travel. So we won't be having a game, but this is a month with 5, count them, 5 Wednesdays. So on the 29th, we will be having our Lost Lore Academia. And then the subsequent Wednesday will be the 1st of December, so that's when we'll have Formation Nation. I think we actually are going to have to, I'll say this on this, but to my Topflight West players, I will be out of town the 3rd Wednesday in December, so we might need to do our game on like a different day of the week, but just try to find as a one-off some other time for that. So yeah. But cool. So there you go. Thank you all. That is our sort of upcoming schedule. That is what our wonderful players are up to. Go to our Discord to interact with us and participate in our downtime. I'm sure somebody's going to search the Sharegoth. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki to read all about all of this fun stuff. Very exciting. I don't know. Any other closing words?
Oceans are now battlefields.
Okay.
They
And soups.
Yeah,
Oceans
they are.
Oceans are now battlefields. All right. Thank you, everyone. This has been so fun. I'm excited to see a Sharegoth entry on the wiki as well. That'll be fun.
I'm excited for my brownie.
Well, all right. Be excited then. Good for you. From Lost Lore, Formation Nation out.